Welcome to Caternet's Return Ready podcast. I'm James Waldron and I'm joined once again by Neil Shale, our commercial director.
Good afternoon.
So this episode focuses on place and is the third of the four pillars that food businesses need to reevaluate as they relaunch their kitchen operations. If you're managing a hospitality venue, we've put together a Return Ready hub packed with original research and checklists to ensure you're asking the right questions and genuinely gain control of product, price, place, and people. You can find our free resources at caternet.co.uk and then click on COVID-19 help. Plus, stick with us and we'll tell you how you can get a free best practice consultation using your menu ideas to put your hospitality business back in the best possible position. So this week we're talking about our place checklist, and two interesting points jumped out from this list. Do you track sales of side orders with main dishes, and will gluten-free, vegan and halal meals sell in your area? So they jumped out because they don't seem to be in the same ballpark, but when you add them to the rest of the checklist, it really underlines that you need to quickly identify and respond to new trading patterns. So there may be fewer competitors now, but brands such as The Real Greek and Wagamama, they found success before COVID as they held strong to their core offer, whilst giving breathing space to incremental menu innovation. Menu design in the new world isn't just about what meals make their way onto your menu. How can you easily track if you're selling halloumi fries as a starter or a side? Are there going to be too many items on your new menu? Having a good selection is always important, but should you pair back to the old rule of 6 starters, 6 mains, and 6 desserts? And is there any obvious hook? If not, go local. Incremental innovation can be easier to plan for venues in areas known for specialty production. For instance, we were surprised at the amount of rhubarb producers in Yorkshire. Can your signature menu give some space to a new dish? So restaurants that relied on pre-theatre guests are returning to find the theatres closed until December. Some diners don't appreciate change or adapt well. So what of your group of carryover items can you lose, and where can innovation live on those menus? We've found success in menu advice with trends and population data that's freely available online, and we give you an example of this data on our Return Ready hub, which you can find at caternet.co.uk. So Neil, what we're saying is kitchen management software should never guess the context of what's important to you, and once you've revised these basics, your business must decide what data is truly helpful and important in driving growth.
Yeah, trying to take as much of that brain effort capacity away from the chef as possible. So it's an evolving thing at the moment. So it's difficult to pin your hat on something quite concisely at the moment with it, for sure.
The more that systems talk to each other, including your EPOS, the more breathing space you give for forecasting and more responsive you'll be. And I guess stop the guesswork.
Yeah, absolutely, because you need to. What we found is that deploying systems for people where it's based on people assuming what the system does and what it can benefit and what value it brings kills you.
So Neil, this time we're discussing revising your offer, and having run through the menu questions that reflect a relaunch, the next step to reducing health and business risk is allergens. And this relates to our checklist question of how do you publish allergens to stay safe and stop refunds? And what place does this information have in your food business?
Yeah, and they're changing as well, aren't they, with Natasha's law coming in through labelling with allergies and so on, basically menu cards, recipe cards. So you're looking for that to be reproduced effectively.
The attention brought to allergen signposting has left diners with a heightened awareness of their right to question ingredients. And we touched on digital recipe cards when we discussed margins in our price episode. But the same data can be used for marketing if front of house employees are trained well. In 2018, we saw the headline 80% of Celiac UK's members said availability of safe gluten-free options determines where they eat. And that really reflects identifiable menu options. Diners don't trust that messages get through to kitchens. And we've seen TripAdvisor test gluten-free as a search filter. So whilst your chefs have a grip on allergen handling, really question how you can give your guests a window into your kitchen before they visit to eliminate wastage. Before we talk about digital menu publishing, Neil, where does this information come from?
Nutritional information allergy. We obtain that information from the suppliers in terms of the products they provide to you. The suppliers by law should provide that information to you. However, we do have stock information of that.
Digital menu publishing takes the allergen and nutrition data from your digital recipe cards and deploys it onto live, accurate, and custom branded menus to mobile apps, in-store digital displays, websites, and social media platforms. So it's a streamlined way to update any failing dishes or out of stock ingredients and for guests to inspect your menu, including any daily specials before they arrive. This is particularly important in your post-COVID operations, as we're likely to say goodbye to printed menus on tables. It also cuts the risk of unhygienic kitchen cookbooks and saves your business time and money spent typing and printing hard copies. And a final note for suppliers, there's good news for those that have switched to EDI. As well as speeding up payments and protecting you from ghosted stock, you too can save time whilst remaining compliant. So we're talking about the rise of Erudus integrations. Over 3,000 food manufacturers share their product specification using something called the Erudus One Data Pool, meaning modern uploads allow you to choose the manufacturer as the single source of truth. Neil was telling me that on site visits he's witnessed guesswork using a popular diet tracking app. So this ends that risk. Just look for software that includes free access to the Erudus One Data Pool. With all that said, our top takeaway question to the sector this week is how quickly can your business respond to new trading patterns? So for a limited time, Caternet is offering a free best practice consultation using your menu ideas. If you're based in the UK, contact us for a walkthrough of your plans. Our team has many decades of operations experience between them, so we'll see how we can help. Go to caternet.co.uk and click on COVID-19 Help. Whilst you're there, check out our blog. We cover everything from the seasonal overspend problem to paying what you want schemes and catering for gluten-free. That's caternet.co.uk and click on COVID-19 Help. Next time, we discuss people. Thanks, Neil.
You're welcome, James. Good to speak to you.
And thanks everyone for listening.